Hello and welcome to Tail and Sorge. Today we've got Shadowrun. We are going to review Bestial Nature, a new supplement that is being published digitally as a PDF. The PDF made by Catalyst Game Labs comes with 36 pages. The writing was done by Tom Bloom, designed by Matt Permitted-Heard. The line developer is Jason M. Hardy and the cover art is by Shady Curry. The PDF is about 36 pages, as I said, and it's going to give you information and rules for the shifter. The shifter is a special kind of character who is born as an animal but can shift into human or meta-human form, and well, that's mostly it. So you can be the man who's on one day tiger, on the other hand man. Quite nice. We've had shifter rules in all of the previous editions by now, so this was clearly a lack of them. The book starts with a little short story. The short story is named Pack Tactics. It's only a page or so. Afterwards we go to the place of shifters in the 6 worlds. So where can you find them? Where can a shifter get a system identification number? What politics are there inside a pack of shifters? And of course, how and where are shifters to be found in the shadows of the 6th world? That's quite interesting, especially when you see the view of the megacorps towards the shifters, as they are workforce that can be reproduced quite easily, which can be, enslaved a bit, as I guess, and where, the most fatal damages won't be that fatal at all. That's quite evil, and, they tend to get this place in the world there. Yeah, after this look into the world, we go to the how can you be a shifter. The shifter is, it is created like a normal character, but it has to take the shifter quality. The shifter quality is being posted on the page. Where is it? It's here it is. Okay, it's on pages, better to say, 12 to 14. There these qualities are being posted. So you have got one quality that has to be taken for the shifter. And the other aspects, character creation is mostly normal, with one exception. The shifter may not be a technomancer. He may never have a resonance attribute, and he may also not be a meta-sapient. Also, there is no confirmed case of a shifter with HMHVV or any type of search qualities. So if you want to play a shifter, then this is a way. Okay, a shifter also has got a magic attribute. Even if he doesn't take magic in the priorities, he gains a magic attribute of 1. This is due to let all his powers function. If it drops to 0, they get back to an animal and will never be able to shift back to a human or meta-human version of themselves. Yes, we also get a new system where the shifter can gain new powers, like the mage can with initiation, like the technomancer can with evolving his echoes. This is here called animalism, and the maximum level of animalism is 2 at character creation. I'll be there on the animalism and what it is of benefit for you somewhat later. Okay, if you want to build your shifter, then you have to select your type of shifter. There are 4 types of shifters. The first one is a furry, so it's some kind of canine, leonine, lupine, pantherine, some kind of animal. The second one is a scaly, so everything that has got scales, like alligators, crocodiles, snakes, etc. Then we've got feathery, so falcon, heron, owl, swan, other birds. These are feathery shifters, and we've got the fin shifters. Fins, so everything that can swim, at least dolphins, seals, sharks, other aquatic animals. When we take this quality, we'll have to pay the minimum base cost. For example, a furry shifter has a minimum base cost of 15 points of karma. These 15 points of karma are for the quality to be a shifter, but we can increase this quality a bit. Not much, but a bit. And when we do it, we change the value of it. We've got some add-ons for the shifter, which is stated on pages 14 to 17, I guess. Yes, 14 to 17, 18 even. There we can increase our being as a shifter. But every of these additional qualities counts towards our quality limit of 6 at character creation. So after we took the shifter quality, we only have got 5 left. What could we do with them? We can, of course, be cat-like. We can be able to constrict something like a boa constrictor. We can increase our senses, even get the sniffing capabilities of a bloodhound. And of course, we can increase some of our weapons. We can increase our attributes, or gain a functional tail for our form. As said, we can increase the base cost, and we've also got the ability to get negative add-on qualities, like a pack animal that you only can use edge when you're not alone, and gain edge when you're not alone. The corresponding one, the apex predator, you may not benefit from any kind of teamwork tests. That's quite the opposite to this. And all these qualities increase or decrease the value of our main quality shifter. So in the end, we may have a shifter furry for about 30 karma or suching, but we can never decrease it to below the minimum base cost of 15 karma. So when we want to give our shifter negative qualities, we have to take positive qualities to compensate them, because the shifter quality cannot be less than 15 karma. That's quite important, I guess. Yes, these are the qualities. There are some. Many qualities also use the rules from the core rule book. And, well, we've got one little problem regarding our shifters, because we can only take 5 more qualities, and we also have the requirement of the core rulebook that we only may gain up to 20 net points of karma regarding our qualities. So even if we want to increase it, we can't do this endlessly, I guess. Yes. Okay, so now we've known how to gain this shifter quality and how we can change it a bit. Yes, all shifters gain a racial negative quality and allergy, either to silver or to gold in extreme form. That's quite evil, because if you are somewhat in the proximity of the allergen, then you gain a -6 die pool modificator on all your checks, and you even get every 30 seconds 1 point of physical damage with no resistance test. So when you see someone shoots at you with a gun loaded with gold, for instance, then it will hurt. It will hurt very, very hard, and you will quite fast die. Yes, let's jump back to the shifter qualities. Each quality has some gained powers. Some even have requirements, like a furry has to have a body of 3 and a strength of 3 or more, whereas the feathery shifter has to have both 3 or less. So you can even point the little picture of the shifter kind regarding its attributes. The scaly, for instance, has no requirements at all. Also the fins, so only to have not requirements. Yes, every shifter gains some powers. They all gain, well, let's say all in the Bestial Nature PDF gain dual natured, all gain supernatural recovery, all gain natural weapon and shift. So what is it? Dual natured is quite normal, so the shifter is astrally active always and can see ghosts, can see spirits, can see astral blockades, and is also impacted by something like a mana barrier. The natural weapon gives the shifter a new natural weapon. It's not the regular natural weapon that you can gain as a critter. You get one that is quite impressive. You get a natural weapon attack with a DV of 4p. 4p, that's about the DV of a katana, and you can increase it by a quality to 5p. And your attack rating is based on your reaction and strength, so this is quite heavy. You can really be a very, very good melee combatant. So that's a void. The next thing is the supernatural recovery. This was called regeneration in the prior editions. With this, our shifter is able to heal. He can heal once per minute, and he is doing a body plus body test, and each hit recovers 1 box of damage. At first the overflow damage will be healed, then the physical damage, and then the stun damage in this range. This is quite fast, but not as fast as it was in the prior editions. I think this has been quite well done, so that the shifter can really get problems. Once a minute, that's about 20 rounds of combat, and at 20 rounds of combat you can kill things quite well, even if they are down at the ground. Okay, that's supernatural recovery. Yeah, shift. This is a major action where you can shift yourself into your animal or meta-human form. That's quite easy. You shift, gear, armor, clothes, everything drops down. Only those implants in you that are Delta grade or better will stay in you. There's only one way to get Delta grade implants, and that's via the animalism, but I'll come to this a bit later. Yeah, when we're creating our shifter, now we know what powers they have, which qualities we need to get, and how we can do it. Everything else is quite functioning right as every normal character. The GM is also encouraged to let animals do what animals can do, so a kangaroo can jump, for instance, or a canine can track by scent. This should be used by the GM so that everything goes right. We also get some life passes for our shifter creation, so we can use the life pass system from the, well, in German it's called Schattenkompendium. I really don't know how the compendium is taught in English. This book. From this book, just the English version. There you can find here some new modules to create your shifter from. Yeah, regarding the martial arts cannot directly be used in both forms. The only form that can be used directly by shifters in both forms is most likely Drachenklaue, which is explained in page 25 in Lof's Legions. Yeah, so now we know which qualities our shifter has, how we create him, which negative qualities he has, and what he can do. Quite nice, but now we have got this point of animalism. Animalism, as said, functions quite like initiation, so we have to pay 10 plus grade of initiation grade on karma to increase it. We also need an animalism ritual group, so some people that can help us undertake this endeavor. When we gain this, we have some requirements, and these requirements are quite well. We cannot stack stuff with it, like there are some requirements there. And we can increase our animalism powers only up to our level in animalism. Animalism powers. These are the things that an initiate or a technomancer gets when they increase their rank in this special shifting. So here we can get stuff like we get astral blending so that we can be quite hard to see on the astral. We can get Are You Sure, which will give you more recovery checks after you take overflow damage. There are many options to make your shifter very, very hard, but one of the hardest, I guess, is augmentation integration. For each rank of augmentation integration, you gain an essence soul of 0.25 points of essence per level of this power. So you can then be augmented with delta wear implants, and these will stay when you shift forms. That is really, really nice, and they are not being rejected by your body by shifting. Also, you can increase your attributes by this, increase the damage of your natural weapon even further with Savage Rend. If you optimized your melee damage with character creation, then you can have a melee attack which does 5 P damage, so like a Battle Axe. And with Savage Rend you can increase this even further. For every 2 levels of Savage Rend you can increase the damage value of your natural weapon attack by 1 level. And one thing, at Savage Rend it also states that you cannot increase the attack rating in a range category where the weapon does not have a rate to begin with. That's quite interesting, because all weapons or natural weapons in this book have attack rating only in the first category, so there can be more to come in the future, I guess. Quite nice. Okay, after we took a look into the animalism, then we've got an interesting comlog short story. It's called Paydata Actionable Intelligence. Quite nice to read, and I read it twice to get it right, because I let it on my ears. I had it my app. My app was reading it to me, and somewhere in between it skipped, and I was back into the story. That was quite strange. I reread it, and it's really, really good. It's about something aquatic, I guess. Well, and then we go to Shift Gear, where we get some special equipments for the shifter. These are cool, like smart clothes, so clothes that don't rip apart when you shift. That's quite nice. And of course we get what the megacorps like to have. Well, manacles. Something that you can put around the wrist of a shifter to shock him when he doesn't do what he does or what he should do. Evil stuff. Also in cage form, and we've also got some new drones and a nice little harness, a numeric smart harness. You put it over your body and it can then do stuff for you, like pick something up or anything else. It's called I have this name here somewhere. Okay, can't find it that fast. It seems to be used for people that are quite old, which aren't able to grab or take something, so you look like an old man a bit if you use it. But it can help the shifter use stuff when he doesn't have, let's say, a thumb or anything like this. Yeah, well, in the end makes some rules regarding silver bullets. There are some things missing, I guess. I would have liked to see there an explanation if a bullet is sticking into the body of a shifter when I'm shooting at him, because the allergy only gets triggered if he is in contact with it. So if I shoot at him and the bullet goes through and punches into the wood behind him, then we won't have the negative effect. So I would have liked to know if these rounds will stick. Well, I don't know by now. I would suggest as an GM to say that they are designed to stick, so they may be carved with an X in the front so that they will mushroom up in the body so they stick, and the shifter has to remove them before he can heal back again. But well, that is up to the GM. So, to a conclusion, the rules regarding shifters had been quite in discussion for the last episodes, for the last editions of Shadowrun. I think these are by now the best rules. When I see these rules, I would allow my players to play one. Therefore, I guess they're cool. You have the point that you always start as an animal. Therefore, well, you act more like an animal, like a meta-human being. It is just the meta-human form is always your second form. I think this will do something with your psyche. But well, I think that is a quite great opportunity for role-playing. And in the early days of the Shadowrun role-playing game, I loved the novels with Striper. I guess she was a tiger shapeshifter, contract killer. It was great to read. And now I can recreate her again. I like her. Okay, thanks for watching in every case. The links to purchase Bestial Nature will be down in the comments below. Please leave a like to this video, push a thumb up, subscribe to the channel, please. If you want to stay in contact, you can also join our Discord or support us in our cause on Patreon. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and, well, always load silver bullets. Bye bye.